It's 5 o'clock. Say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Am I on?
I'm not the
Why
chairman.
are we here? Okay, I don't know.
Obviously not to eat.
Okay, so this is the US 24 master plan that the Antwerp Community Improvement Corporation had designed through Feller and Finch several years ago. And it's what we've been working with and talking to people about ever since we've started this development. I've given you a smaller portion of the same map, just highlighted different ownership within this map. And again, as you know, none of this infrastructure or none of the lots are in any way, shape, or form on the Paulding County Auditor site except for the colony up here. This is just a big old field that we have tentative thoughts for what could move forward. We have a developer that has shown interest in purchasing this entire property as it sits outside of the residential lots on 49. However, there is an existing church here that owns this entire property, as you can see on the map that I gave you. What we're hoping, the church has agreed to sell off half of this property, about 8.24 acres, with the rest of this development, keeping a 5-acre chunk of their own for where the church and parking lot is today. What we're asking from the group here today is for this split to be allowed so that this could happen and sell off this chunk. Just before we go anywhere else there, the CIC purchased or was donated this parcel from the Stumpy family, and we have already gotten a loan from a grant from the state of Ohio to put that road in, which is there today. That road is in place. We have a signed agreement with the church on 1.2 acres here that would be a second easement into this property just off of the Dollar General property. If this were to be able to be split and sold, we have an agreement that the CIC would then buy this parcel for the easement. In order to pay for this easement, we also have an investor that would be willing to put their name on this road with approval of the village and would just about cover the entire amount of what this next purchase would be for here. So what we're asking for today is just this split of this parcel, if that could be allowed, so that this sale could move forward with this entire approximately 86.48 acres.
Our solicitor has notice drawn up for tomorrow night that has all the legal terms and information relative to the split. Council has to approve the split, but zoning has to approve it first.
And to that point, we just received this afternoon the stamped version of the new, what the new deed would be, the actual legal description of this property. The county has reviewed it and approved it. The county engineer's office.
To the best of my knowledge, all this conversation we're having is outside of the village limits, isn't that correct?
No, the only piece that's outside of the village limits is the black
Is the Marlin
outline
property?
Marlin property.
Okay.
And actually, I have all the annexation paper for that signed off by the village, signed off by the township trustees, and that will be going to the commissioners
Okay.
based on the sale of all of
Yeah, I
this.
couldn't remember where that line was. I know the sign is up in.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's in
no,
the
the sign's
village.
in the wrong place. Anybody have any concerns, questions, or anything?
What type of an application fee are we running on this? They normally have some sort of fee involved with applications for various things.
I don't know. I don't remember seeing anything in the zoning paperwork that shows anything. I mean, typically, if it's not mentioned, it's $25. But I've never seen anything for an application price-wise for a split. I've never even participated in a split since I've been here. Typically, people don't do splits in the village.
Right.
So at this point, we're just looking to split the property, we're not looking to change any of the zoning.
Nope.
Nothing.
that's set out there.
Nope.
Nothing.
We're just wanting to be able to put this line into
Right.
the plat.
So that field is to the south of the church is actually still on this part here.
Yes, they would retain that, and I think I'm not sure what their intent is, but yes, they would still own that field.
In this parcel that you've got drawn in here, that's already split off as a separate parcel?
Yes, that is on the county auditor's
Yes.
website,
If you look it up, it actually shows the
actually
village owns
shows
it,
that road.
even though we don't, but it shows it that way.
Yeah, see, they had to redo the ordinance on it. I didn't catch it the first time through. It said a split of 8 acres and 4 acres. Well, it didn't come up to 14.
Yeah,
Come up to 12, then they had to resend it. Oh, okay. I read right through it and didn't even think about
yeah.
the math side of it.
The church wants to keep 8 acres, right?
No.
No.
Opposite. The church wants to retain where their church is and sell off the 8
And
acres.
sell off that, okay, I got you, okay.
And to your point about a fee, from my perspective, just mine, I wouldn't charge a fee. We're not doing anything. I mean, the village will pass an ordinance, doesn't change zoning, it doesn't require us to do anything.
Right.
Other than just to say yes. I mean, unlike, a building or a deck or something like that. I mean,
Well, does the village get charged a fee for the lawyer writing up these ordinances? That's part of his.
well, that's part of his monthly billable hours. I mean, that's his whole responsibility. Because we buy a block of hours each month. I think it's 12. Okay, I think it's 12 hours for a set amount.
And so this project, just to share, it's been going on since the 9th of February last year. And it's had a lot of hiccups, it's had a lot of struggles, it's had a lot of hair pulling on my part. But we're getting down to the deadline where we finally got an attorney from the seller side that is working with us. So it's coming down to the 9th hour. This option actually ended on December 31st, and we were given another 30 days to get this all done. So there's gonna be some emergency legislation thrown out there, and I'm sorry that it has to be that way, but it's come down to the 11th hour, and we're trying to finish this up before we lose this option. But I didn't get this approved till 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Tim, and I assume where this proposed line is going, falls in line with the desired setbacks and everything that are within the zoning requirements for the village for their structures.
Well,
They have buildings and things on that
I mean,
property.
the setbacks don't come into account until they start to do construction.
No, there's already
Yeah.
an existing building here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's
If we
plenty of
drop
room
that
there.
line in, we're not gonna create a
No.
new problem.
No,
I
because the
get you.
setback would only be 5 feet.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not much on the back.
it's quite a bit from the church to the line. I can go step it off.
I
but
was
it's
just
it's
curious.
quite a ways.
I figured somebody
Yep.
took that into consideration, but it wasn't detailed, so.
Yep.
I mean, that'd be my only concern, so.
Motion to approve.
I'd make a motion to approve.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
See, problem.
Hearing none, unanimous. We ought to probably write this down. Somebody needs to.
Can that church still be bought at one time? It could. If we-
There has been discussion, and I think that the church has just said, hey, we're open to the discussion, but let's make sure we get all this other stuff done and taken care of, and then we'll come back to that.
Right.
Yeah, we're a long way away from that.
Exactly. And they have asked for some stipulations in regard to if this road did get put in, which that's again not on the immediate horizon, that we would help them
Would make it a
rewrite,
driveway,
yes, and the CIC
It'd
has
be more
agreed to
appropriate
that,
to do
yeah,
that.
yep. But again, that's down the road, but at least we've talked about it and it's in place.
Yeah, because they've got a fair expense in putting that driveway in.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
The second one.
Yeah, correct. That is correct.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
There's nothing else to work out on this, Jim.
Not for me today. That's
walk away.
the big piece.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We stand adjourned.